because I'm special. Okay. YouTube. There we go. Thrus Podcast. Woo! All right. 5 o'clock. It's pretty much that time every Friday. So hope you're going to be here. Hope you're going to join in the chat. Last week we didn't have a lot of people showing up, but we did have a lot of people actually watch the podcast. Surprisingly, I'm loving that I managed to hit at least 33 viewers per video on the podcast, which is pretty great. Loving that. Thank you. But if you could just do one more just do one more step for me. Hit that like button. 33 likes would be awesome too. And hit the comment. You know, leave a comment. Leave us a thought and opinions or something. This week we have a couple little things. We might do some throwbacks to our childhood and to our younger days and so forth. And of course, a couple other little nostalgia things that might make you wish for the good old days as well in my topic piece. But we're going to jump into it a couple weeks from now. It's going to be Halloween. So hope everybody's looking for the Halloween holidays. I like Halloween. Always have. Being that I would like, you know, he's more the horror. I'm more of the costumes. I like costumes. What can I say? Costumes are fun for me. Because I always wanted to do cosplay when I was younger, but I'm a little old for that, but I still do it. So who cares? Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I still do it to this day. I'm glad that I'm an adult. I can do it. And of course, with the advent of 3D printing, it's even more easier nowadays than we were younger. We were just talking about just before the podcast going, if we had 3D printers when we were kids, the things that we could have done with 3D printers would be, probably very expensive, but you know, would have been a very much of an open field of ideas and printing stuff to match our imaginations, being that we were kids, or if we were kids. So, because you know, his two sons both have 3D printers now. One of them has a 3D printer that multicolored. One of them has the old 3D printer that my very first one. He has that one, and he also is going to get a new one shortly or soon, within the next, I imagine, next couple months. So yeah, it's gonna, you know, they have 3D printers, and I think that's pretty cool. If you're a kid, you have 3D printers. I would love to have when I was a kid, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're gonna be talking about Halloween. Let me like you worded it. Favorite type of Halloween costume: scary, funny, or things from your childhood. That's why I would say we'd probably be getting back to our kids and back to, you know, some parts of our younger years. And I've said this before. When I was growing up, we were not very fortunate, and it's not the fault of my family. It's just how things were. And unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of money. And being that we didn't have a lot of money, our Halloween costumes were literally, I shit you not, with stuff like this. A plain t-shirt with a graphic in front of it. And that's who I dressed like as Halloween. That was my Halloween costume. And I loved it at the time, but boy, do I wanted to dress like Mortal Kombat characters, because I was playing Mortal Kombat well before my age. So I was supposed to be, you know, it's like, you know, mature. Yeah. So, what is, y'all, you know, join the chat. What is your favorite Halloween costume? Whether it be scary, funny, or things from your childhood. If you remember that, be sure to put it in the chat. But, for me, I didn't have a lot of those experiences, but I still like, even though I've worn it like 2 years in a row, I still love my, no face costume. It is super easy to wear. It is super easy to put on, and it's breezy. Because, you know, you're in a costume, even if you're outside at night or you're out doing stuff, it can get real hot real quick inside this costume. So, find that mix, find that good balance. What about for you? You're scared. Yeah, okay. No volume on you? Okay. I'll get going. Let's work. My headset doesn't seem to be... Okay, there we go.
Okay. So testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Waiting for confirmation before I continue. Okay.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. I saw you. I saw you're not here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I like scary costume.
Yeah.
Good.
I like things like. Thank you. I like things like vampires. I like things like werewolves. I wasn't a big Frankenstein fan. But anything that was scary as shit, the Grim Reaper, ghouls, all of that stuff.
Do you remember like your first Halloween costumes of a scary sort when you were a kid? Like, what was your first one you had to do?
Not only was it my first, but it also answers the second question that I posted, which is, what is your all-time costume pick? I would have to say a dark vampire lord.
The vampire lord. So like the classic, like the cape you had and had a little string in front of it.
You had the cape, but see, for me, it wasn't about being Dracula. Okay. A lot of people were doing the Dracula thing.
Yeah, okay.
I was doing the whole dark vampire lord, like a Strahd type of a character.
All right.
Okay. So I love that. That was the first scary costume I got to do. And I've done it multiple times over the years. Not every year, of course, but I've done it multiple times. Excuse me. I still have the adult cloak from the last time I done it.
Yeah. Okay.
In my closet. I love cloaks. Okay. I love a cloak with a passion. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about one of those cloaks that come down to halfway your calf. No, that shit's got to be only like an inch off the ground, if not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the long, flowing, bellowing.
Bring back cloaks.
I'm here. Let me give you. I want you to feel my presence as I walk towards you. Kind of a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And I always paired that with either like a dark, like vampire lord, or I would do something like a dark elf, a drow. I would do it with an evil sorcerer. I've done it with a bunch of things, but that was my thing. I loved it. That was my jam. Yeah. You give me a dark cloak, and I can make a character go to fit it. You know what I mean?
The cloaks back in the day, for those who are not really understanding, cloaks were usually like pretty much a way of a rain jacket, right? It was a all-purpose weather rain jacket, protect you from the hot days too. You throw it around your chest, you put the hood down, you're good from the weather. And people didn't like get looked or stared at by wearing the things. I'm sure people will still be wearing cloaks to this day, but nowadays, umbrella, just throw it above your head and you can wear wherever you want and just walk. But I think cloaks are cool.
The closest thing you could do with cloaks nowadays and it be acceptable would be like a long duster, like a trench coat type, duster type thing that reached down to like your ankles.
Yeah.
You could get away with that. And by the way, I love those too. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love them. But as you could tell, I like that whole long flowing thing. I like that dramatic state. I'm not even going to lie and say that I don't.
It's like nothing like a cloak, a cane, and like a real nice dress suit, and you have like this like old school pin and proper kind of attire. You just feel like you're a little high class. You're a little bit above the board. You feel a little fancy, and I can totally go with that. Now, when I think of Dracula, I can't help but think that have the toupee too with the little double hoop, heart-shaped head. But that's from the comedy one. Was that from the comedy one? Or was that original?
No, that was also a Bram Stoker's, because the original Bram Stoker's with Keanu Reeves in his old man form had the whoop.
Yeah. So I just remember that was for reason. I forget the name of the comedian. It was an old guy. He always did like comedy movies, and in one of the movies he was Dracula. I forget what other movies he played in, but he played as a Dracula in one of the movies, and it was so funny to me. And like to me, like that would be my reason why I would wear Dracula, because it's just it's so funny. When I watched the movie, it was a comedy. It wasn't meant to be serious. It was satire. I wish I remember the name of it. I just know he was an older guy, had always had gray hair, and he was doing a bunch of comedy movies back then. Like one of the movies, he was like on two like rockets and holding a badge up in front of him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You're talking. That was Naked Weapon.
Yeah.
I know the actor that you're talking about. But yeah, he did a lot of those types of movies. See, but like I said, my vampire was very specific. It was different because everybody was doing the Dracula, Dracula turns into bats and blah blah blah. I did the more Strahd thing because I have a thing for Raven.
Yeah.
And I want to be the vampire lord that turns into ravens, not fucking bats, because fuck a bat, okay?
Or a werewolf. I like werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I always did want to cosplay, or not cosplay. I always wanted to do for Halloween was a werewolf. But the problem is, back in when I was younger, if I wanted a werewolf mask, was just rubberized mask that were like super hot and sweaty that cost like an arm and a leg back then. And they were like, they were made of that rubber that was like skin tight, and just breathing in it for like 5 seconds, the whole air was just moisturizing your face. And like, I always wanted them. Like, I want to be like a werewolf, but like, there's not really like a lot of, especially back then, a lot of werewolves costumes that were cheap and good for kids. But I love the werewolf. Big furry monsters walking on two legs. That was always my idea. Like, most nowadays it's like, oh, werewolves are on four legs, and like that's a werewolf. But I want the humanoid version.
So since we're on the topic of masks, I'm going to do a little trivia with you, and see if you can answer this. Now, get it? You're not a big movie person. You're more of an anime person, and I understand that. But I'm going to ask these questions because these are each of these questions is for two of the larger horror film franchises, okay?
Okay.
So there might be a chance that you can answer these. All right, so the first one. The mask that Michael Myers wears in Halloween.
Oh, I know it.
What was that mask?
Captain Kirk from Star Trek.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. That's the
flipped inside out and painted white. That's a little...
Okay. Now.
Okay.
Here's the next one.
All right.
Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
How did he get the iconic hockey mask?
Oh. I don't know that one. I've always knew him. He had the mask. I know the first movie was like his mom was actually the killer. But then after she died, he came out of the lake as cursed. And I don't remember if he had the mask the moment he came out the lake.
He did not. His first appearance had him wearing a croaker sack.
Okay.
As a mask.
All right.
It wasn't until in a later movie that the croaker sack was actually ripped from his face, and they thought him dead, and they tried to escape, that he found a hockey mask and put it on.
Just found. Not like, it was a hockey ring or Halloween.
He was in an equipment shed. And an equipment shed has a bunch of sports stuff.
Oh, okay.
So that's how he found the hockey mask.
Interesting. Did not know that one. Okay. Oh, by the way, that video, the movie, the Halloween horror movie I talked about last week, it was Black Phone. That's the horror movie that's like showing all over in university right now.
Yeah, there's also one that a lot of people are raving about right now called Bring Her Back. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to.
Okay. Anyways. But yeah, that's all over university right now. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is this movie? Oh, the Black Phone. Never saw it. But university's really hyping it up right now. All right, anyways. What was in that mask?
So, all right. So for the last mask,
Jim
I'm
Carrey.
going to ask... Nah, Jim Carrey, yeah. Um, but to be fair, he was looking at Cameron Diaz in a
Yeah.
very tight dress on a stage. So
Oh.
that anyway. So what prompted the ghost face mask for Scream?
The ghost face. The make sure I'm getting the right movie here. The one is like you want to play no Scream. Oh, the ghost.
Yeah, you want to play a game.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Hello, Sydney.
I don't remember the answer to this. I nope, don't got it.
So
why?
now I'm gonna tell you that's actually a good answer because they never really explained why they started wearing ghost face masks.
Was this like already a thing? Like was Ghostface mask a thing in the Halloween?
Ghost face
line?
were costumes that you bought and you wore.
Okay.
But for some reason, when they started the killing, they chose Ghostface. And they never really explained why they chose Ghostface. Now, they explained why everybody did the killing.
Yeah.
But not why they picked that costume or that mask.
Is there any theories? Like maybe he's like, I'm the ghost of your past that haunts you or something like that?
I have no idea. I've always wondered. I've always been curious. Because it's a theme that they've kept. Like, the first two killers decided to use Ghostface. And then every killer after that kept it for the premise that it would fuck with Sydney. You know?
Yes.
Right? But no one ever explained why Billy Loomis and his friend chose that to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have picked up fucking Cabbage Patch doll mask.
Yeah.
Nobody has a fucking... I could be wrong, chat. If I am wrong, drop it in there. Tell me the reason, because I have yet to find why they chose that mask.
Well, from a movie standpoint, my brain would immediately go, it's easy to marketing. Because it's literally a white face that can be easily molded and an all black suit. Well, not suit, you know, like I always say almost a nun attire. Like it's just a big old cloak. It's just like the no face. It's literally just the mask and one big old white, like thin cloak that goes over my body. Super easy and easy to market. And I wonder if they like marketed, like if they were smart. I don't know if they did this or not. I'm just throwing out some thoughts here. Maybe they marketed this ghost face in the Halloween line of merchandise, and then went, "Don't worry, the payout will come because we're gonna do a movie with that ghost mask." And boom, it's gonna go up in sales like crazy, and people already know it and already have like a tie to it. And
there are
money
still
galore.
people. There's still people buying Ghostface because of that movie to dress up as Ghostface.
Yeah,
they still sell the freaking knives that do the like
bloody
when
thing.
You stab the fake blood and stuff.
Yeah,
they still have it. I just seen it at a Spirit Halloween like a half a month ago.
Mm-hmm. It's just like,
oh,
it's a simple costume, and like sometimes a simple costume is all you need to get a point across of what you're supposed to be. Because again, I used to have graphic t-shirts with just like monsters on it. That was my costume. And people go, "What am I?" I go, I'm this guy. And that was it. But like just put a simple like thin plastic on someone's face and just a thin piece of black fabric, and bam, you're now Ghostface from Scream. But like if you wanted to be Jason or Michael Myers, it's a little bit more work than that. You know, there's a mask, but you gotta really play off the character with the rest of the outfit and tearing it and bloodying it and make it look worn and beat up, and that's not just black fabric that's just draped over your body.
Right. And it's kind of like a Michael Myers. You can pull off Michael Myers relatively simple. You just need a jumpsuit and a fucking Kirk mask that's weathered.
Yeah, very
Boom.
weathered.
You're Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little blood people He
the
used pretty
machete.
much everything he could, but
Anything he put his hand on, he'll stab you in the eye with anything.
like he was
like the John Wick
Yeah,
of
that-
horror.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if you gave that bitch a number 2 pencil, you were probably fitting to die.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you're running? I normally would stab you with this, but I'm pretty sure I got a good arm. So let's just.
I'm just gonna yeet it.
Yeah. So let's see. I like
Sick.
Ghostface out of.
I like Ghostface out of all the horror icons because he could blend in with everyone and you never know who the killer is.
Yeah, that's something. That's probably a good point right there. Ghostface was, even though he was a Ghostface haunting you down in the average day, everyday scenery, you wouldn't who know the fuck he is because he was
Right.
walking around like an old person.
And I will say in the more recent slasher films, that is nice because if you go and look at like there was literally one called Slasher, a TV series called Slasher.
Okay.
Bro was killing people right and left, but when he wasn't in costume, he was walking around with motherfuckers that he was killing, and they had no clue. They just like, hey, did you hear about Billy Bob? He died last night. That fucker got him. He's like, damn, I can't believe Billy Bob died. When I put my mask on, I'll bitch you next. But hey,
hey, he still messes with me. The same actor that I believe that played Shaggy and Scooby Doo was Ghostface in the original movie, right? Or is it different?
yeah,
actor?
he was one of them. Yes, he
I
was
was
one
like,
of them because
Shaggy,
Billy
no!
was her boy. Billy was her boyfriend. He was Billy's best friend who played the other Ghostface because there was 2.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. People never realized there was never 1, always 2. I
Yeah.
think they stole that shit from Star Wars. Never 1 Sith, always 2. A
Mhm.
master and an apprentice.
Yeah. And they played a good, like, crazy person, right? Great crazy person. It's always surprising when you see characters or actors like that have such a wide range of emotional impact to a character in a movie. But anyways, so yeah, I like cosplaying, and I wish people could do that, more often. But it's Halloween, just one of those times of years that we can go outside of our usual comfort zone. What is traditionally relatively normal clothing, streetwear, to be able to wear like just cosplay some wild clothing that you
Said,
don't even want to be able to wear any other day.
I would want a friend like Ghostface.
Of course you would.
Yeah,
Of
course you would. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, as
I'm
long
right
as
there with
I'm
you,
off
Grandpa.
your checklist, I'm good.
I mean, imagine being sitting around being like, "Hey, Ghosty, this motherfucker was fucking with me today," and that bitch just disappears. Just disappears. You're just like, "Ha ha, bitch." It's like it would be like having the power of what OneNote.
Yeah. Notebook.
You know,
notebook,
you don't even have to write this shit down. You just say it.
What
Just
was
be
it?
like, "This bitch fucking with me."
There was a comedy movie. The premise of it is this one guy is bullied by his wife, saying he's not a man. He's bullied by his brother, saying he's a loser, and at his job, he's constantly bullied there. And one day, he talks to a guy about how this one bully back when he was a younger years was always bullying him, and he met him when he was older, and he's still bullying him even to his older days, right in front of the bully's son. And the guy's like, man, I wish that dude would just die. And the guy was like, yeah, I'm a hitman. Doesn't tell him, goes off, kills the guy. Next day he finds him. He's like, yeah, I killed him. I'm a hitman for hire. It's like, wow. Just take care of him. All right.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, I don't know how to feel about that. As long as I don't get like tied in later on as what's the accomplice or something like that. Like, I didn't tell him. I just said I wish he was gone, and then the next day he was gone. That's been my face with the Ghostface. Just like, hey, I just brought up I didn't like the asshole. that was it. So yeah, Halloween is gonna be. We're not gonna do very much for Halloween, like I said last year. Unfortunately, I was disappointed, but it's still cool to see all the kids be able to get excited and go for it. And I will still wish I could do like my costume I would like to do and I said this in the past, I want to be like, I know Bleach is not very popular, but I want a Bleach captain's uniform. Like,
Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yeah.
sick. And if I could be the crazy guy, that always smile with the spiky hair and bells and everything, I would be him, but I got a beard. So I have to play a character with a beard, like old guy. I'll play the old man, you know, the badass old man that's the main captain of all of them, and I'll just be the fat version of him.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think.
Just
I
gonna
don't
make
know who I
my
would.
I'm just gonna make my diabetes better by
I'm
eating.
just gonna make my diabetes better by eating candy for Halloween.
Candy for Halloween.
That works.
Oh.
So, okay. Well, that's a fun one. Was there another one? I thought you might have had
No, the other one was
pick of all
what's your all-time pick?
Yeah, my all-time picks would be the no face mask because it's just like I said. Sometimes simple is just better, and it's just so easy to work with, and I don't like being hot.
That works.
I don't like being hot. It's simple. All right, so this next one, because like we kind of talked about this a couple weeks back, and I want to get your thoughts on this because we always said before we are diehard fans of Nintendo, and we want to see video games continue to be successful. I think we all agree with that. We want video games to be successful. We want them to work out, and we don't want companies to fail either because, well, we have a bit of nostalgia to them. Okay, so I don't remember if I told you this or if you remember this. Nintendo came out into the Switch 2. They allowed people to share their video games to other people.
Yeah, I remember you.
Right,
I
which was a
remember.
selling point to the game. And the reason why they were
Right.
doing this because the game, once you pulled it into the Nintendo Switch, was now tied to that console. So you could not give that game or sell that game to another person because that game is tied to your console now. So that would pretty much get
Right.
rid of the used market, which I think me and you agree, we like the used market because we can get games cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Which
Yeah.
is like, okay, Nintendo, we don't like that, but we like that you can share the games, but we don't like we can't buy the games used. But it was a feature that everybody had on Nintendo Switch to make up for the fact that we couldn't buy used games. We could, I wouldn't say trade, but we could let people
Loan.
loan it digitally to other people, which was
Right.
okay. So you have like two kids, like you, right? You have Nintendo Switch 2, and they had Nintendo Switch 2. If y'all had both, let's say you both had Nintendo Switch 2. Well, your son wants to play Mario Kart. Well, your son just borrows a digital version of your game. Done. You don't need to have two versions of it. Why would you need two versions of it? Well, this past week, they got rid of it. It's gone. And I don't know, because I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2, right? I'm gonna want one, but like, it's now becoming harder for me to rationally want to buy one now.
Right.
Because
Because now you can't buy a used copy of them, so that means every game you buy has to be new.
every game.
And now you can't share it with Grumpy Fox or anybody else
Mm-hmm.
because they took that feature away.
Yeah. So how is this really going to be? Like, they've already like price hacked the Nintendo Switch 1 up. So did Xbox. They jumped their prices up at the newest Xbox to like $200 more. And so did PlayStation. Everybody's like increasing the prices of their consoles now. But it's also at the same time, they already increased the price of the video games. And now they're taking away a function that was one of the selling points, not one of the selling point to the Nintendo Switch 2, on top of the fact that if you want 4K gaming, which the console said consoles can do, you have to pay for the 4K gaming of those games individually. Like, if I want to play Breath of the Wild, I can still play it, but I want the 4K version, I gotta pay for that. It's like, why did I even buy the Nintendo Switch 2 if I can use the capabilities of the device? But now if I want to borrow a game, I can't, so I gotta buy it myself. So if I'm in a household with like 4 people, we all want to play the same game, we have to all buy our own copy of it now. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So I'm just trying to see, like, what is the end goal? Do you think that why these
The end goal for them is to make more money. That's what it is.
Okay.
If they force it to where you can't do used games, right?
Yeah.
Then you have to buy new.
Mhm.
And then if they force it to where you can't let somebody borrow the game, then that person now has to buy the game.
Mhm.
It's just a way to get people to buying the new games individually themselves and getting rid of the, hey, this gamer is letting this one borrow it while that one's letting this one borrow it. They're getting rid of the community of, hey, I've got this, you've got that, I'll let you borrow this if you let me borrow that, to save money so that they could get the money that they were missing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but at the same time, I agree with you entirely. But they're trying to get more money, which is, from a company standpoint, we always have that two-side standpoint of customer and company. You want to make more money.
Yes.
But I can't help but feel from the other side of the point, because I want to be the other side of the coin, is with everything being increased in price, not just the games, but the consoles themselves as well, even though they said, hey, if you can't buy Nintendo Switch 2, just buy one. Well, now what's the point? It's literally like a few dollars more and you can buy the two. And they're making more things out of reach for the average consumer to be able to purchase. Do you think that might hurt their overall?
Eventually it's going to bite them in the ass, because what's going to happen is it's going to get to a point where only the rare few can afford it, which is going to drop what they make off of it instead of raising it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to end up eating into their profits instead of bolstering their profits.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that might be a couple of years down the road, okay, before it gets to that point.
We haven't hit it yet.
But
to you.
if they keep going the way they're going,
yeah,
it will bite them in the ass. And what'll end up happening is they'll do kind of like PlayStation did with the PS4, PS5, where originally PlayStation released them not backwards compatible. Well, it bit them in the ass because nobody wanted to buy the fucking console because they didn't want to give up their old games.
Same.
What they do? They had to go back and install a patch for the 4 and start selling the 5 with the ability to at least play 4 games.
Yeah.
Okay, but they didn't do that until they were forced to do it because it was fucking with their profits.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen with Nintendo. Nintendo is going to keep going with this whole, you have to buy a new game, you can't borrow the game, blah, 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 raising prices, and it's going to get to where only the elite can afford it. And guess what? There's not as many elite out there as there is middle class and lower class, which means their profits are going to drop like a fucking rock because there's going to be nobody to buy it.
Okay, so you brought up a point, and I have something to go with it. So the PlayStation 3 or 4 had, at one time, backwards compatibility. And they took that out. They got sued. And they lost. Big time. Do you think Nintendo, with this feature that they sold it on, the Bio system, could get Nintendo sued for it?
I do.
And do you think they would lose, or do you think
there is advertisement out there? They can't even deny it because there's advertisement out there saying they offered this feature,
showing it.
They sold it. They sold it with that feature to hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people, and then they took that feature away. So they can be hit with false advertisement because they advertised for a feature that they no longer have.
Mm-hmm.
They could be hit with something along the lines saying, failure to supply service because it was a service that was agreed upon when they purchased it, and now they don't have it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But what that'll require is, one, somebody that has the money to get a lawyer to do that.
Yeah.
or a group of people. And then 2, somebody's got the nuts to say, fuck you, let's go.
Yeah. And you know, that's just like one of the problems with it. I don't know if you like, again, you're a busy man, right? You have a family to deal with, you have kids. I understand you don't always get all this information. You might get some information from me. If anybody out there does not know what I'm speaking of or do not trust what I'm saying, go look it up yourself. There's plenty of information online. Do your research. But one of the things about the Nintendo Switch was the dock, right? The dock was like if you dock it, you get better speeds, you get better frame rates. It helps, right? Right. But everybody knows when Nintendo comes out with new stuff that people were like, "Hey, I can make that dock better, right? I can have run better power. I can help it run smoother. I can help it charge faster. I could a bunch of features that Nintendo might not put in their original dock, or they go, "Hey, I can make that dock just smaller." So you could play this in more smaller areas and whatnot. Well, Nintendo has it where you can't do that no more either, right? If you want to buy any other dock out there, it has to be specifically programmed from Nintendo to approve. And the dock, people have already figured this out. They done some reverse engineering where they plug it up to the dock. It handshakes with the dock. And it's just a USB Type-C cord, right? It's just a standard USB to USB, and since that,
that's the connection type.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean anything because how you build the board and program the board can dictate what it does.
We're getting there. So when you plug it up and it decides, you know, the programming shows like, you know, the attachments, the power, the connecting, the video output. And it gets this one source code where it goes Nintendo approving or Nintendo approval, and it just shuts it off. And they go and check the USB type cords, and they're USB Type C, but like something about the pegs inside of it are different. So they're deliberately making sure that you cannot use any other device.
The reason the pegs are different is because they're sending it to a chip on that board that literally its job is to look at that Switch, look at that dock and go, okay, the Switch is a Nintendo approved device. Cool. The dock, nope, it's not. It wasn't built by Nintendo. Boom.
Yeah.
Done. That's what it's built to do.
So yeah, if that dock ever breaks, you can't go and buy off-brand or cheaper or, you know, something that's a little bit more feasible for you. You have to buy the expensive dock that Nintendo made. And if it's not approved by Nintendo, you can't buy it all. So it's like the modes for, you know, trying to push the envelope or trying to break the mold or innovise on a product from another company, because that's what people do. We innovise. We take something and go, I can make this better, and then sell that to.
That's what we do. We innovate things. We make products better. I mean, like for example, you got a 3D printer. How many times have you looked at something saying, "Hey, this is cool, this works, but it would be better if it had this," and then you go and print something. You go and print something. You go back over there. You attach, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, that works much better."
Yeah, every print almost. But yeah, so like, you know, now we can't do that to our own devices that we're paying for, that we're buying with our money, and Nintendo's going, if you want to use it, you have to use nothing but us. No innovation, no changes, no nothing. And pretty much, like, if you bought something that was from eBay that was sketchy, you bought it knowing that it could break your device. Is it a good thing?
But that is their way guaranteeing that the way they developed their devices and the lifespan they developed them for holds up.
Yeah.
Because now it's not about building a product that will last forever. It's about building a product that will last just long enough to make someone want to replace it when it breaks. Because then I get more money. That's what they do. They build these things with lifespans intentionally.
Yeah.
Take a laptop nowadays. There is a reason why most manufacturers give you a 3-year warranty on your laptop out of the gate. You're off. You can buy another 3 years, but they know if they give you a warranty for 3 years, that machine was designed that in those 3 years, after that 3-year mark, is when product parts are going to start failing.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you don't spend the money on the extra 3 years, you're buying another laptop. If you did spend the money on the extra 3 years, fuck it, we got extra money on the 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, they're getting more money because they designed the equipment to fail at a certain point, at a certain age.
Yeah, and that is heartbreaking, and it's already enough that it's a lot of for video gaming. You know, one of the biggest hobbies that me and you share, and Stealthy, and millions of other people are slowly being, I wouldn't say forcibly pushed out of, but slowly being pushed out of.
I mean, I see it daily at work with all the technology I deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, used to be people tried to build computers to last, or they tried to build printers to last, or they tried to build scanners to last. I can just about tell you and my job when we're going to replace a piece of equipment based on the brand name that we purchased.
They have a reputation. Thank you. And that's so sad. I don't want that to be the case. And then, you know, they will always fall right back into the right of repair, right? And we should be able to repair our own stuff. We should be able to get our own stuff and repair it if we choose to, right? That's
but I say all of this, but there's like we said, we do both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
For a business standpoint, that's a smart business model. And the reason it's smart is because if I build you a game console that's not gonna fail, it's gonna last as long as possible without major incident happen to it, what's the chances that you're gonna buy another one? It gets slim to none. So now my company no longer has steady revenue coming in.
Yeah.
How likely am I to be able to stay afloat? So I get the business model. I'm saying that it's a monetary issue. It's all about monetary function.
Mm-hmm.
It's because everything runs off of money, and you have to have money to survive, that we're in the situation we're in.
Yeah,
because if you go back to hundreds of thousands of years ago when we were using stone axes to chop down trees, well, as long as that fucking stone axe was kept sharp, you didn't make another one.
Yeah.
And that was good because you had time to chop your trees, build your houses, whatever the fuck, right? But it's because it didn't cost you money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it didn't put anybody out that you were continuing to use that device.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if I make a laptop run 3 years past its life expectancy, I've cost that company money.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I've cost them money is because no one's bought a new machine to replace it.
Gotcha.
So we're fighting a never-ending battle between consumer and the livelihood of a corporation to sustain itself.
Now, tell me why this could not be a good business practice for any electronic company. Because I may not know the full scale of it, right? I'm just giving you a consumer side of scale of it. So iFixit, you know who iFixit is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, iFixit, for those who do not know, is a company that builds tools that allow you to fix your own hardware, and they also give you guides on how to fix hardware, right? So iFixit at one point did a collaboration with Xbox, where you could buy from them and fix your own Xbox. We're talking about We're talking about outer hardware. We're talking about boards. We're talking about chips. We're talking about like just basic feet, buttons, you name it. It was on their website, and you could buy it from iFixit. That was from Xbox. Weird thing was, the motherboard for the Xbox was more than buying a brand new console. So that part really confused me. It's like, why would you want to buy, like, it was like $480 something with a brand new was like $300 something. Like,
it's a deterrent from you doing that.
Yeah. So like that part, I don't see, like, why would you, deterrent, yes, very, like, but why would you do that? So my thought is, like, if the game console is making games and people want to go into repairing their own games, would it not be feasible just to sell the parts that would fix those things yourselves? Like Nintendo, let's say a chip on the board goes bad, a conductor, a motherboard, or no, not motherboard, a graphics chip, whatever, and you have the balls to go for it. But they sell you the chip at a premium, and you want to go, hey, I want to fix it myself. Here it is, give us money, and then you just try to fix it yourself. Why would it not be feasible? There has to be a reason why they're not doing that, right?
The reason it's not feasible is because you wouldn't make the amount of money required off of those individual parts to offset what it costs for a new console for the company's profit margin. Mm-hmm. Okay. So for example, let's say I sell 25 consoles. Chances are maybe 2 of those consoles are going to require somebody to order a part to fix it. Okay.
Okay.
That's not enough profit offset for me to say it's worth doing that. It would have been better for me as a company if you had just bought a new console, because I don't have enough people ordering those parts to fix consoles to offset what a new console would have given me.
Okay. I'm thinking, like, if they made a large batch of it, and let's say the console is now,
again, that's overhead, and then that overhead comes out of your pocket, but let's say only 10% of that batch ever gets used.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like later, like, you used to have those large batch, right? It doesn't show dividends for the first 4 years of the console, but after the 6th, 7th, 10th year of the consoles, this thing is now an ancient device. It's already been through the ringer, through several people's hands. You're still getting sales on those little tiny little parts, right?
Right.
Years later.
Right.
But like,
let me help you out. Let me help you out.
Uh-huh.
You're thinking about it as if it was me or you or Stealthy, someone that has the drive or will to do that.
Yeah.
What do we know about people as a whole? We're lazy motherfuckers, and we don't want to do that. And they know that, and they know that they're never gonna sell enough of those parts to make up the same amount of profit they are from the lazy people that's just like, fuck it, I'll buy a new one. They know this.
That's
and
so bad.
It's not their fault. It's the consumer's fault because they don't want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that stuff themselves.
Like me, I want to replay the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo I have. I just need the tools to do it. But as soon as I get the tools, I'm going to repair them because I want to play on those consoles, right?
Right. But someone 3 doors down from you might have the exact same equipment. And I'm just saying, they might, but they don't have the will to do it. So they're not going to. You understand?
Yeah.
There's not enough of us to support that line of business.
That's why if I did start doing it, I'd be like, hey, taking commissions, because I'm sure there's people out there like, hey, I just don't want to do it. I'm like, you just pay me, I'll do it. But if you give me a Nintendo Switch 2, I'm just look at you going, Nintendo screwed you. I can't repair this. There's no parts. There's no way to fix it without bricking it, because they might also have like a chip or a conductor that's tied to that motherboard. And the moment you see the chip with them or that conductor off the motherboard, whole thing goes and fries itself or deactivates itself because Nintendo decides to go,
This message will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like
29, 28.
so. Okay, this what this all boils down to is now that they get rid of the share feature of the Nintendo Switch 2. Do you think it's possible? I'm playing like a hopeful fandom right here. Do you think it's possible they might go, our bad, we didn't really like, we noticed the share thing wasn't working good. Now your game can work on all consoles. And let's bring back the share, bring back the used console marketing. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. Like, you got rid of it.
Well,
you got to bring back something, right?
The only way I see that happening is them seeing a cut to their profits.
Mm-hmm.
And them going, oh, we fucked up. Like PlayStation with the backwards compatible. Oh, we fucked up. We need to do something.
They got sued. Nintendo, they haven't lost a lawsuit, even though they're kind of losing the power right now. But did you hear that Nintendo patent flying mounts?
Yeah,
Flying,
I heard that.
You know the thing that's in our little Fiesta game. Getting on a mountain, flying, World of Warcraft, flying, anything that can get you off the ground and make you fly. Yeah, they patent that. How they got through the patent law, it's going to be reversed. There's no way they're going to be able to keep that. There's too many games that already done it, that already like had that in a video game. They can't patent something like that.
Unless the patent was submitted as a forward moving patent.
No, it was a anything from ground to flying.
No. When I say forward moving, I mean forward facing, meaning anything from this day forward that is a flying mount is ours.
Yeah.
It's possible they could have pulled that off.
I don't know about that one. That's a good point. I had to look into that one. I just know it was. I know it was anything from ground to flying. And automatic flying, and then landing.
You can't penalize a company for doing something already that you just patented. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can do about that. They've already got it in their game. They were using it before you patented it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about that. But if they worded the patent as like, hey, from this point forward, all flying mounts are patented by... then from that day forward, then anything prior is still safe, but anything moving forward is fucked.
Yeah, well, like just at the time they did this patent, like the Digimon was doing it, another game from Gichin, from MiHoYo was doing it, and Palworld was doing it. It's like, it's already in the games. You're gonna try to sue Palworld for something that's already in their game and then claim it as your own? Bad timing. But yeah, I'm hoping they bring back, like, I want Nintendo not to become that evil company that we all look at and going, oh my god, this company is just money grubbing, evil, and just uses their nostalgia as a means to keep people's attention. I don't want them to be that.
I hate to say it, but I honestly think it's a generational thing. I think it's the generation of people in management for Nintendo now versus the generation that was in management prior.
Yeah, they would take budget cuts and like they're all out of their own salary to make up for the fact they messed up and past consoles or games. Like, we messed up. We know we did. Don't worry about it. I'll take a budget cut myself to make up for it. They already have literally over $1 billion. They could last 10 years and have 20 years of failed consoles and video games and still be well over the margin of profit. But yet they still want more. Right, if I was a billionaire, I don't know if I would really blame them, but same time, it's like, give us a break, Nintendo. You could do something nice for us, and if this is their one thing they're going to turn in from a bad to a positive, I'll forgive them. Like, hey, yes, used games. I like used games. I want to buy a game that was brand new, $80. Now buy it for $40 because that's what I can afford. Yeah, you don't see that money, Nintendo, the game company or the people I bought it from sees that money, but your games keep it going on. I keep on buying your stuff eventually. Eventually. Like I said, the only time I ever bought me something brand new was literally the Breath of the Wild or no, Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch.
They still get a kickback off of that. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, at least from GameStop and from other reputable companies. But I'm talking about like Facebook.
Any used game store that is selling a used Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, has to kick back a percentage of each sale to those companies because the product was originally manufactured by them.
Yeah. So buy reputable if you want to keep us supporting them, but buy on Facebook if you want to save $1. All right. There will be no D&D this week. My brother is going to go see the Avatar, the third movie. I didn't see the second movie, so I don't even know like if they are good.
I hadn't seen the second one either, but also probably there's not going to be D&D next week either, or podcast because I'm going to be at a theme park.
It's literally next week, not the week after that. Next.
It's not. Yeah, it's next weekend.
Next week.
Like
okay.
we leave this upcoming Wednesday. We leave.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that would be it. Stealthy should be going live after this podcast, so hopefully y'all can just go over there, watch her Stealthy twitch.tv/StealthElfJade. You know, go over there and watch her stream.
Oh, damn, we got it right too.
Yeah, so just be sure you go over there and go watch her and hang out with us.
She's having a lot of fun hunting caves and wells and frogs. She's so excited when she's running around and her little sensor's dinging, but she can't see it. And she freaks out every time some gloom hands pop up.
Okay, real quick, thing I miss in Zelda games? Remember the hand that used to come down in certain, like, caves and grab your butt and throw you out of the dungeon or whatnot? They didn't bring that thing back. That thing scared the shit out of me. And wait for the shadow to slow down.
As soon as you seen that motherfucker, you were already going, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I love those things.
You know what else I miss in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom?
What?
A legitimate water temple that's underwater. Because you remember what water temples sucked in all the previous games. They really did. They were such a pain in the ass. But at the same time, I still miss them. I miss the challenge. I miss swimming in there and having to find hook shots and shit just to be able to stay above the water.
Boy,
I mean, the last one that I seen one in was Twilight Princess.
Yeah. And something about
which, by the way, another thing, Nintendo, what the fuck? You're gonna put Skyward Sword on Switch? No Twilight Princess? Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously?
I'm more upset that they put like 2 bundles of a Mario game or 3 bundles of a Mario game into one disc, but they can't do that for the Zelda games. I want Twilight Princess. I want Skyward Sword, and what's the one with the boat?
Wind Waker.
Like, yeah, I want like all of them in one bundle. I want to buy it and just.
Oh, fuck yeah! Because I could get hours of entertainment from my wife if they just had Twilight Princess on there, man.
Like, I know they could fit that in one cartridge.
Not to mention, she had fun playing Wind Waker.
Yeah. I was like, all 3 of those, just on one console, one game. I could just not have to buy individual. Because I know you can do it, Nintendo. You literally did with Mario. So, anyways, so yeah, that would be it. Oh, by the way, one more gripe about Nintendo. I don't want to be gripe about Nintendo. You know, they made the Mario Star Mario more expensive. And it's not even
we need those updated big OL boobies.
Yeah, anyways, they literally made they increased the price of the Mario game for an individual for the Star Mario when the bundle that was on the Nintendo Switch 1 with both games, like 2 games in one, was cheaper. One individual, more expensive, $80. Really old game at this point. Bundle, old previous console, 2 games, cheaper. I don't get Nintendo. Stop it. Anyways, that will be it for this week. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already hit the like button, leave a comment on the video when this goes to VOD. I would appreciate it. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Yes, every time I say bye, you jump in my lap.